If you're looking for the best pull-up bar, then this video is for you. I bought and tested 3 different pull-up bars, as you can see over here. So I'm gonna go over the pros and cons of each of them and letting you know which I like best. And then keep in mind, this is based on my opinion and I'm not affiliated with any of these companies over here. So this is gonna be the Ally Peaks pull-up bar. Whenever you think of a pull-up bar, you're probably gonna think of something like this. Pretty standard, which isn't a bad thing. It's done its job. This is made up of 5 different pieces, as you can see over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I had this for over a year and it's held up pretty well. Like, just the construction of it is good. It's not loose by any means. Installing it is pretty easy. Also worth noting, it does come with these 2 rubberized little grippies. This is basically just to protect the door frame, but I just go ahead and put it right up over here because it helps a little bit more. On the end over here, it does have these screws, so it can kind of damage the wall, so that's why I put those rubberized grips up on top versus on the sides, just because on the sides over here it does have this really tough rubber as opposed to just the foam on the sides. So this is held up pretty well, as you can see here. And again, installing it is real easy. All you're gonna do is just push it right here and there, install. Also worth noting that this can go ahead and adjust too. So I have a pretty wide door frame, so I moved this entire rod as far as possible. But if you have a narrower door frame, you can go ahead and move it right over here. And of course, the main thing for this would just be pull-ups. You have 2 really different grips. One of it would just be the regular shoulder width apart grip, just like this for pull-ups, which is fine. You have the narrow grip. Of course, you can go ahead and use this either for pull-ups, or if you want, you can go ahead and do it for chin-ups over here. And then finally, you're gonna have the neutral grip, just like this. And that's fine. Now, of course, you can go ahead and do other stuff with this. You can work your abs just by doing like crunches like this, or if you want, you can practice some L-sits. And then this can also go ahead and be used for push-ups. So yeah, those rubberized things kind of just fall over, but all this really has to do is just put on the floor like this. And because it does have like this metal part or plastic part over here, I like putting something underneath just so it doesn't go ahead and damage the floor. And then this is the part I do like about it, just because whenever I go ahead and do push-ups, my wrists do hurt. I have wrist pains because they don't flex fully, so it's kind of hard doing push-ups like this. And so just holding it at a neutral grip just makes it a lot easier and pain-free. Now I can also go ahead and use the wider grips just like this, and it feels real nice. My chest will go ahead and touch the bar. And I can do the same thing for the narrow grips, although it is kind of awkward a little bit, but it still does its job. And then the final thing for this would go ahead and be 4 just sit-ups. So this can just be installed right over here on the door frame. All I really have to do is just put my feet up over here. It's a little bit easier if you're wearing shoes, just because there's an easier grip, but that's fine. Put my feet here, and I can just go ahead and do sit-ups, crunches, and also work on abs. So, again, this is the Ally Peaks pull-up bar. Simplistic, but it does its job. So this is the Pro Source Fit pull-up bar, and this thing is a lot more robust. It has a lot more to offer as far as handles goes, and it's also pretty hefty. Installation was easy on this, and again, one thing I really do like about it is the fact that I have so many options for where my hands can go ahead and I have different neutral grips, different grips for pull-ups as well too. And installation for this, again, is real simple, just like a regular pull-up bar. All I gotta do, just pull it right over here, put it up against the wall there. Now it's gonna be secure up on top and on the sides. And then as you can see here, it does have these foams just to go ahead and make sure the door frame doesn't go ahead and get damaged. And same thing on the other side over here. And again, the big plus about this that I really like is the fact that I can go ahead and just do more than shoulder width pull-ups. So for every regular pull-up bar, all you really have is this over here, but this one gives it even more height and even more width for these other handles, so I can go ahead and do harder pull-ups, just like so, and I can go ahead and work more on my lats. Now, it does have 2 grips for neutral pull-up, so this would just be like a regular one that I'm used to for like an everyday pull-up bar, but it does also have these wider grips over here. Just like so. And when I go ahead and do these pull-ups, it goes ahead and feels secure. The only thing I really do here would just be slight squeaking, but that's just going to be because the foam is being squished into here, thus protecting the door frame. Now more things that can go ahead and be done with this pull-up bar too would be push-ups. So I have a yoga mat underneath over here. This is basically just to go ahead and protect the floor, because when I go ahead and put it down, this metal rubber part is going to go ahead and hit it, so I don't just want to damage the floors. And then same thing, I have many options to go ahead and do push-ups. I can grab this, just shoulder width apart push-up, and then put my chest to the bar just like this. I can use the narrow grip, like so. And my favorite ones would be the neutral grip. This feels very comfortable. Work more on the triceps as well too. And if you go ahead and switch it to the other side, probably not the best idea because your body's going to go ahead and hit here, but it'll still go ahead and work too. Now one more thing that can be done with this too would be sit-ups. So again, all I have to do is just push this down here, and then the foam bits are going to hold the door frame here, and I just put my feet over here. Using shoes would be fine as well too. You can kind of get more of a secure grip because it would increase like the width of your feet here. I can just do pull-ups, just sit-ups or crunches just like this, and they'll go ahead and hold it well on the door frame. But yeah, again, compared to like a regular pull-up bar, this one definitely has a lot more options to give with the handles. So this is the Khaki Clay pull-up bar, and this so far has been one of the most robust pull-up bars, fitness bars that I've ever seen and owned before. Like, this thing has some good weight to it. The metal on this is real good. This feels solid, like it's not going to go ahead and break anytime soon. And there's going to be a lot of different handles for over here, which I do like. Now installation for this is real simple. Again, all I have to do is just put it right in between the door frame and just push it up over here. Now one thing to also note is that it does have these grips on the side. So this is going to be a little bit different because normally with the pull-up bars I have, there's like a cushion all over here. But for here, I have to go ahead and just manually move it and adjust it. And then same thing on the other side. Also worth noting, these can go ahead and move to the right or to the left. So if you have like a really narrow door frame or a wide door frame, it'll go ahead and fit any size. Now, it does have just the typical grips up over here, but what's even better is the fact that it has these wide grips, which is real nice because these are going to be real high up. And this is probably one of the highest I've seen for like a door frame pull-up bar so far. So I can just go ahead and just do a pull-up right there. But one thing I did notice is my shoulders do go ahead and touch these handles, which isn't a big deal just because what I can do is actually go ahead and remove these. So to remove these, I have to go ahead and just hold these two buttons right over here and just pull it apart. Same thing on the other side. And there. And now when I go ahead and do that wide grip pull-up, they're not going to be in the way and I can go even higher. But that's only if I'm using those. And I can of course just install these back over here. Just like so. And go ahead and use these neutral grips. Now one thing worth noting is that these grips are going to go ahead and be different in thickness. These lower handles for the neutral grips are going to be just a little bit smaller compared to the ones up on top. Now I don't know what you prefer, but for me, I prefer the thicker ones. I can get like a better hold on these. And then also the top ones are also going to go ahead and be the same thickness. Now one unique thing that this fitness bar does have is it has this little loop over here. The reason this is important is because I can go ahead and put these attachments. This is basically straps with the carabiner, so I can just click it right on the place, just like so. And I can go ahead and do more than just pull-ups. I can also go ahead and do like inverted rows. And everything's nice and secure. I don't feel like anything is going to go ahead and come off, which is good. Also worth noting that if this length is a little bit too high up, this can always go ahead and just be switched. So right over here on the strap, it has these different places to go ahead and put it. So if you want it to be even higher up, you would put it here. If you want it even lower to the floor, I would just put it like right over here, for example. Now, besides just doing pull-ups, doing inverted rows, you can also go ahead and do other things with this too, mainly being push-ups. So all I have to do is just set this down, and I have this foam padding over here, this yoga mat just to protect a little bit more, but either way it does have these parts to hold on to it. I can push this downwards right over here, and I can go ahead and just do push-ups, and then my chest will go to the floor, just like so. Now the option I have would be these wider handles, although it is kind of awkwardly placed, so I wouldn't really go ahead and use it like that. Maybe I can do it like this. Yeah, this will go ahead and just be like another feeling. So one more thing that you can do with these Khaki Clay fitness bars is sit-ups and crunches. So I just place it right in here between the door frame, and just hold my feet up over here, and then just go ahead and go up. Now one thing worth noting is that because these bars are so high up, it's kind of hard for my foot to hold on to it. So if you have shoes, it would just be a lot easier to wear. It would give you like a little bit more of an inch to hold these actual bars. But yeah, overall, with the Khaki Clay fitness bar, again, this thing is really robust. This thing is really big, and I know it's definitely like one of the best quality fitness bars that I've seen. So out of all these pull-up bars, I would definitely recommend the Ally Peaks. If you're somebody looking just to get started, you can't go wrong with this one. It's simplistic, but it does the job. You can do your shoulder width pull-ups, you do neutral grips, you can do short grips, chin-ups, push-ups. It has everything you need. Best of all, it's small, it's compact.